Hey guys, and welcome to Learning Plan 3. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've had a couple of students that have had some issues with replying, so let's see if I can make this work. So when you reply to a discussion, it's fairly simple. Let's let it pull up here. But in order to reply, I'm going to use Saint. You just click on your classmates' details, and then you just hit reply. That's how you reply to your classmates. So that's fairly simple. So I'm hoping that's going to help those who have had a few questions. Now let's see if I can get this thing shrunk and get it off my screen. Let's see. No, that was not good either. Let me see how I can do this, guys. Let me see. Quit Safari. Let's see if that'll do it. Let's quit Firefox. Okay, so we finally got it done. So anyway, as you guys know, I had to take a trip last week, and our flight was canceled on the way back. So we had to drive 14 hours through DC and New York, and I'm telling you, me in a car for 14 hours is like putting a cat in a cage. So that was not fun, and I still feel like I'm recouping from it. I'm not a good writer. I'm a pretty good flyer, but not a writer. Okay, so let's get on to Learning Plan 3. So in this one, we're going to analyze the fundamental characteristics of organizing. This learning plan will address the following things. And again, guys, all this is on your classroom. So you're going to identify the functional and divisional approaches to structure. You're going to discuss how structure can be used to achieve the organization's goals. You're also going to explain the strategic role of human resources management and define organizational change and reasons for resistance. So it's going to focus on one of the functions of management, organizing. The structure of an organization is based on tasks required to fulfill the mission and the resources needed to accomplish those tasks. In this learning plan, you will learn about the structural design, change management, resources, and diversity in the workplace. And I've got a really good video for your seminar this time that really covers it pretty well. So we're going to read and review. So you want to review your company's organizational chart or Google organizational charts. Think about the design. How is it organized? Are you able to see clear lines of command, categorize departments by task? Is it in logical order? What type of planning did it take to create a functional structure? You're going to read Part 4, Organizing, chapters 10, 11, 12, and 13 in the management textbooks. And you're going to complete Getting the Right People on the Bus assessment on page 399 of your management textbook. You're also going to watch the YouTube video, Who Moved My Cheese? So the activities and assignments for this learning plan, you're going to list the differences between functional and divisional structural approaches. You're going to view the LP3 seminar and complete the assessment, which is what you're doing now. You're going to participate in discussion 3.1. You're going to do discussion 3.2 and complete the 3.1 assignment on organizing and the 3.2 assignment on current events. And guys, I want to apologize for the outline last time. I picked it up from a previous class. This class has changed. When I taught it last semester or last quarter, it's completely different this time. So I'm learning too, and I undoubtedly left a slide in there when I was trying to fix it. But anyway, I apologize for that. But keep in mind, outlines are really good to use when you're doing a long paper like the case study ethics or the ethics case study. I mean, it'll help you make sure you hit all the points if you go by outline. Anytime I write something that's what I consider long, I use an outline to make sure I hit all my topics. But that's up to you, and you don't have to submit it, so I apologize for that. So on discussion 3.1 is the one with a resistance to change. You're going to discuss some of the reasons people tend to resist change in the workplace and propose solutions on how to ease their fears. So again, do 2 scholarly professional sources, 250 words. Guys, make sure you cite your sources even in discussions. Those of you who have a similarity score over 20%, I will not grade it. I've ran into a couple of different times where similarity has been 80%, 90%. That means you're copy and pasting, and that is called plagiarism. So I'm going to ask each and every one of you to make sure that you review the plagiarism policy, because you can literally be kicked out of school. So discussion 3.2 is on human resources. So you're going to reflect on the following quote. If each of us hires people who are smaller than we are, we shall become a company of dwarfs. But if each of us hires people who are bigger than we are, we shall become a company of giants. And I really, really like this quote. So explain the strategic role of human resource management. When crafting your response, consider influences such as diversity, federal legislation, training, development, and technology. So again, 250 words. Cite your sources. Make sure you cite it in the body of your work as well. And then look at the discussion rubrics because that's how it'll be graded. And remember, you need an initial post and 4 replies to your classmates for a perfect score. And when I look at initial post and your 4 replies, I'm looking at 3 different dates. So your initial post is due on the Thursday. Your replies are not due until the end of the LP, so you have plenty of time. But that is an attendance requirement, guys, so I have to grade you accordingly. So 1 initial post, 4 replies, and between those 5, I'm looking for 3 different days. Okay, it's just that simple. So anyway, your LP 3-1 assignment, organizing. So throughout your career, especially as a manager, you're going to have to understand and work in a variety of structural configurations. Changing times may force you to participate or lead reorganization for your company. So it's important to understand the structure and the effect it can have on achieving company goals. So for this paper, you're going to research and describe how scholarly literature describes functional and divisional approaches to structure. You're going to select an organizational structure. See that exhibit in your book, 10.3, and explain how structure is designed to work by providing an example or scenario. Make certain to address the theory's advantages and disadvantages. You're also going to discuss how culture is reflected in the chosen theory. What types of companies might choose it? Once chosen, how might the company's structure be affected? Use at least 4 scholarly or professional sources to support your position. Your paper should be 1,000 to 1,200 words. And look, guys, these things have word requirements on them because if you send a 500-word paper, you're not going to hit all these points. So make sure you meet the word requirement. And again, look at the assignment rubric because I grade completely by that. So on your 3-2 assignment, your current events 2. Current events are important events happening in the world concerning people, places, and things and ideas. So what you're going to do is watch or read the news this week to select a story that portrays leadership or a leader, either famous or not. It could be local, national, or international story that makes you think about leadership theories, concepts, skills, or traits. Then, including the items below, summarize the article. What was the headline of the story? Discuss the effectiveness of the headline and summarizing the story. What grabbed your attention? Briefly describe the factual content of the story related to who, what, when, where, how, and why, and overall, how it relates to leadership theories, concepts, skills, or traits. Discerning fake news. Discuss the accuracy of the facts used in the story. How do you know that the sources used were reliable and accurate? You're going to summarize this article in a 500 to 700 word paper. Remember, cite your sources always, and always look at, and you click on that handout that shows you how to narrow your search. Little blue link there. And this assignment's worth 50 points, and upload it to 3-2 and look at the grading rubric as always. So the seminar assessment this week is the same as probably LP1. You're just going to write a brief summary of the following video concerning organizational structure. It doesn't have to be more than 500 words. What I'm looking for, guys, is to make sure that you watch this video. Because it's developing an organizational structure. I will post it on the message board. It's a really, really good video. So in summary, don't wait to use smart thinking, which you guys know, to the last minute. Please review your assignment instructions before you email me. Please look at the course message post daily. I usually post every other day or so, and I've been trying to kind of email it to you too, but I prefer to do it on the message board. And, like I've always said, seminars will be posted on the first week of the LP. And your discussions will be locked after each LP. So if you guys run late or you run into some trouble and I'm going to give you extra time on assignments, I can't do that on discussions. So at least make sure you hit your discussions because that's the attendance requirement. Anyway, guys, you're doing a great job. I've got to go to the Spine Center tomorrow. I'm going to get started with grading hopefully this afternoon. I've got to speak at an event tonight, but I will get to it as soon as I can. And thank you guys. You guys are great.